Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Holy Prophet preferred Ali to all other men. Sheikh Sulaiman Balkani in his Yanabi' al-Mawaddah chapter 55 narrates from Tirmidhi that according to the Prophet the most dearly loved man was Fatima and the most dearly loved man was Ali. Muhammad bin Yusuf Ganaji Shafi'i in his Kifayat al-Talib chapter 91 reports on the authority of Aisha that she said, Allah did not create anyone whom the Holy Prophet loved more than Ali. He adds that this is the hadith which Ibn Jurair in his Manaqib and Ibn Asakir Dimashqi in his translation have narrated from Ali. Muhyiddin and Imam al-Haramain Ahmad bin Abdullah Shafi'i relates from Tirmidhi in the Khair al-Uqba that people asked Aisha which woman was loved most by the Prophet, and she replied, Fatima. Then she was asked about the man loved most by the Prophet, and she replied, her husband, Ali bin Abu Talib. Further, he related from the Makalis of Dahabi and Hafiz Abu Qasim Dimashqi, and he from Aisha that she said, I have not seen a man more loved by the Holy Prophet than Ali, nor a woman more loved than Fatima. In addition, the Shaykh relates from Hafiz Kandani and he from Ma'azatu Jifriya that she said, I went to have an audience with the Prophet in Aisha's house while Ali was outside the house. The Prophet said to Aisha, this is Ali, the dearest one to me and the most honored among all men. Recognize his right and pay respectful regard to his position. Sheikh Abdullah bin Muhammad bin Amir Shabrawi Shafi'i, who is one of your prominent ulama, recorded in Kitab al-Ithaf bil Hala'ab al-Ashraf, page 90, Sulaiman Balaki in Yanabi' al-Mawaddah, all narrated the following. I went to al-Mu'mineen Aisha with my aunt, father's sister, and we inquired of her who was most loved by the Holy Prophet. She replied, among women it was Fatima, and among men her husband Ali bin Abu Talib. This same hadith has been related by Mir Sayyid Ali Hamadani Shafi'i in Mawaddatul Qurba, Mawadda chapter 2, with the variation that Jami' bin Omar said that he received this reply from his aunt. Similarly, Khatib Khawarizmi has related this hadith from Jami' bin Omar and the letter from Aisha that at the end of the chapter 4 of his Manaqib. Ibn Hajar Makki in Sawa'iq al-Muhrika towards the end of the chapter 2, after recording 40 hadiths on the merits of Ali, relates the following hadith from Aisha. Among women, Fatima was the woman most loved by the Prophet of Allah, and among men, her husband. Muhammad bin Talha Shafi'i in Matalib al-Sa'ul, page 7, after recording several specific hadith on this issue, expresses his own conclusion in the following words. These authentic and unequivocal narrations prove that Fatima was the most beloved of the Prophet above all other women. She is the highest in rank of all the women of paradise, and also the foremost of women of this community, as well as the foremost of the women of Medina. These reliable hadiths clearly establish that all of the creatures, Ali and Fatima, were the most loved by the Holy Prophet. Another proof of the Prophet's preferring Ali to other men is the hadith of the bird, Hadith al-Ta'ir. This hadith is so well known and so commonly accepted that we need not mention all its sources. However, I will mention only some of them. Hadith of the roasted bird. Most of your prominent ulama like Bukhari, Muslim, Tirmidhi, Nasa'i, and Sijistani in their Sihah, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal in his Musnad, Ibn Abil Hadid in his commentary on Nahjul Balagha, Ibn Sibagha Maliki in Fusul al-Muhimma, and Sulaiman Balkani Hanafi in Yanabi' al-Mawaddah, chapter 8, and a host of other reliable authors have recorded the hadith at-ta'ir in their works. They verified that this hadith was reported by 24 narrators of hadith from Anas bin Malik. Ibn Sibagh Maliki in his Fusul al-Muhimma writes about it in these words: in the books of authentic hadith and reliable narrations, the hadith al-ta'ir from Anas bin Malik is indisputably correct. Sibt ibn Jawzi on page 23 of his Tadkira, and Sunan of Tirmidhi and Mas'udi on page 49 of volume 2 of Mujarrad Dahabi have focused specially on the last part of this hadith, which contains the Prophet's prayer and its acceptance by Allah. Imam Abu Abdurrahman Nisa'i in the 9th hadith of his Kisalul Awliya, and Hafiz bin Aqda and Muhammad bin Jurayr Tabari have all referred to the unbroken chain of narrators and to the authentic sources of this hadith, saying that it was narrated by 35 companions of the Holy Prophet from Anas bin Malik. In short, all of your distinguished ulama have verified the authenticity of this hadith and have included it in their books. Allama Sayyid Hamid Hussein has dedicated an entire volume of his Abaqatul Anwar to his hadith. He collected all reliable sources from your distinguished ulama and clearly proved the authenticity of this hadith. According to this hadith, one day a woman brought a gift of a roasted bird to the Holy Prophet. Before eating it, the Prophet, raising his hands, invoked Allah thus: O Allah, of your whole creation, send the person who is the dearest to you and to me, so that he may partake of this roasted bird with me. Ali then came in and ate the roasted bird with the Holy Prophet. Some of your books, such as Fusul al-Muhimma of Maliki, Ta'rikh of Hafiz Naishapuri, Kifayat al-Talib of Ganaji Shafi, and Musnad of Ahmad bin Hanbal, etc., in which the hadith has been reported from Anas bin Malik, have recorded that Anas said, the Prophet had not finished this invocation when Ali came into the house, but I kept the matter secret. When Ali stamped his foot the third time, the Prophet ordered me to let him in. When Ali entered, the Prophet said, Allah's mercy be upon you. What brings you to me? Ali then told him that he came to him 3 times, but was allowed entrance only this time. The Prophet asked, what made me behave like that? And I replied, the truth is that on hearing your invocation, I wished that such an honor might fall to the lot of someone of my tribe. Now I ask you, respected people, whether the invocation of the Holy Prophet was accepted or rejected by Allah the Almighty. Shaykh, obviously Allah accepted it, since He has promised in the Holy Quran that He would accept the Prophet's invocation. Moreover, Allah knew that the Prophet would not make an inappropriate request, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always accepted this invocation. Sultan, Allah sent Ali, the most deserving person in His creation, to the Prophet. Your own scholars have confirmed this event. Muhammad bin Talha Shafi'i has in his Matalib al-Su'ul chapter 1, part 5, page 15, established the high position of Ali as the beloved of Allah and of the Prophet on the basis of the hadith of ensign, ru'yat, and the hadith of the bird, namely the ta'ir. In that connection, he says, the intention of the Prophet was that the people should understand the unique and high distinction of Ali, who attained the highest pinnacle to be reached by the pious. Also, Hafiz and Muhammad bin Yusuf Ganaji Shafi'i died 658 after Hijri, writes in his Kifayat al-Talib, chapter 33, referring to the virtues of Ali bin Abu Talib, that this hadith clearly proves that Ali was the dearest person in creation to Allah. Later, he says that Hakim Abu Abdullah Hafiz Nishapuri related this hadith al-Ta'ir of Anas from 86 narrators, and also recorded the names of all 86 narrators. The hadith quoted by you, in comparison with the hadith narrated by your own high-ranking ulama, excepting a few stubborn fanatics, cannot be relied upon and would be rejected by learned men. Sheikh, I am afraid that you have made up your mind not to accept what we say. Sultan, how can you attribute such bias to me? Can you cite a single instance in which you have put forward a cogent argument and I have unreasonably rejected it? I swear that in religious debates with Jews, the Christians, the Hindus, and the Brahmins, the ignorant Baha'is in Iran, the Kandis in India, and the materialists, in all of these circumstances, I never acted obstinately in my argument. I never adopted a refractory attitude towards these unbelievers. How could I do so with you, my brothers in Islam? Sheikh, we read the account of your debate with the Hindus and Brahmins of Lahore in the newspapers. We were greatly impressed by it. Although we had not met you, we felt we were morally affiliated with you. I hope that Allah will lead you and us to the right path. We believe that if there is any doubt about a certain hadith, we should, according to your proposal, refer it to the Holy Quran. However, if you question the excellence of Caliph Abu Bakr and the mode of caliphate of the major caliphs, and if you consider the hadith dubious, will you also hesitate to believe an argument based on the verses of the Holy Quran? Sultan, may Allah not grant us the day when we doubt facts based on the Holy Quran or authentic hadith. However, when we have entered into a religious debate with any nation or community, they also argued from the verses of the Holy Quran to establish their point of view. Since the verses of the Holy Quran have various levels of meaning, the last prophet, in order to guard the people against misunderstanding, did not leave the Holy Quran as the sole source of guidance. As has been acknowledged by both sects, Shias and Sunnis, he himself said, I leave with you two great things, the Book of Allah, the Quran, and my descendants. If you are attracted to these two, never shall you go astray after me. Verily, these two shall never be separated from one another until they meet me at the fountain of Kawthar. For this reason, the meaning of the revelation of the Holy Quran should be sought either from the Prophet, the primary interpreter of the Holy Quran, or after him from the equals of the Holy Quran, the holy descendants of the Prophet. The Holy Quran says, so ask to the people of their remembrance, if ye know not. Holy Quran, chapter 21, verse 7.